Alright, welcome everyone to this video where I'm going to explain what square roots are and how you can use them. A little bit of history. The first square roots were found on a clay tablet from the Babylonians, which was 1900 before Christ. And here you can see the sign that we use nowadays to indicate a square root. So what are square roots? Well, if you take a look at this square, it is a square with another square in it. The sides of the white square are 8. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares. So this length is 8. The area of the white square is therefore 8 times 8. So 8 times 8, and that is of course 64. The area of the red square, therefore, as you can see, if you divide the big square into 4 equal parts, you can see for every part that half of it is covered by the red square and half by the white. So you know that the area of the red square is half of the entire white square. That means it is 32. How can you then find the sides of the red square? We know that the area of this red square is 32. The sides have to be equal because it's a square, but we don't know what number it has to be. So we know there is a number times a number, and that has to be 32. And this number has to be the same, so we can say the number times itself is 32. Or, of course, as you learned, the number times itself, so the number squared, is 32. Alright. So we need to find a number. If we square it, it's 32. If you would know this is 25, then you would know, okay, so it has to be 5 because 5 squared is 25. But now it's 32. What do you use? You use the square root. So the sign of the square root is this. And you say the square root of 32 equals, and it's not a whole number, it is a rounded number. Because it has a lot of decimals, so we can say it's approximately 5.66. So we know the side of this square, all the sides are 5.66 approximately. And that's how you use the square root. So if you have, for example, a square with an area of 16, we know that the sides are the square root of 16, and that is 4. Because we know that 4 squared, or 4 times 4, equals 16. The same goes for the square. The area is 9. So what do the sides have to be then? You say it's the square root of 9, and that is 3, because we know 3 squared, or 3 times 3, is 9. Okay, 9. No, there. Alright, so if we just leave the squares and we just go to the square root. The square root of 81 is 9 because 9 times 9 is 81. The square root of 36 is 6 because 6 times 6 is 36. And the square root of 25 is 5 because 5 times 5 is 25. These are all exact answers. We do not have to round them. These are the numbers. These are the answers. Exact answers. If we take, for example, the square root of 28, that's not a whole number. If we type it in our calculator, we will get the number 5.291502622. And it will go on, but the calculator won't show it. The exact answer would be the square root of 28. If we would give an approximation, that means we have to round the answer. We use this equal sign. And we can say the square root of 28 is approximately 5.29. The same goes for the square root of 89. It's not a round number, so we have to round it, and that will give an approximation. This is the exact answer. No rounding, just the square root of 89. But the approximation would be 9.43. You can type it in your calculator and you will see that this is the approximation. And the square root of 78 is also not a whole number, so we have to round it. And that is 8.83 if we round it to 2 decimal places. Alright, so that's how it works with the square root and the exact answers and the approximations. Thank you for watching this video, and if you want to know how you can calculate with square roots, please watch the other videos.